señor, sí, señor. Sí, señor, sí, señor. Hoy tenemos una entrevista exclusiva desde Montreal, Canadá. Sí, señor, muy buenas todos los que están conectados aquí a través de Instagram y toda nuestra plataforma de boxeo de Colombia. Hoy trajimos a Marc Ramc, este entrenador que sabemos que hizo campeón a Leider Álvarez, que hizo campeón a Oscar Rivas, y bueno, ahora tiene un colombiano, Jhon Orobio, que a ustedes los colombianos les gusta mucho este Jhon Orobio. Jhon Orobio se las trae, y para mí este boxeador es totalmente diferente. Pero bueno, Marc, welcome to Boxeo de Colombia. How are you? Long time, man.
Long time, yes.
So how are you?
Very good. Working hard every day in the gym.
Yeah, I see you. I see you a lot of videos in you working with all the people. Now you use glasses. You know, you're getting older. I don't know.
Of course.
So happy.
You know, Marco, it's the only thing that we cannot fight in life.
The only thing. But that's good. That's good. Marc, you know, you're training two Colombians. Now it's going to be the third Colombia, Jhon Orobio. How can I say, I want to bring this guy from Colombia to Canada?
That was two step. The first time I saw him was in World Junior Championship. He won bronze over there, and I see him. I find him like very good, but he was very, very young at that time. And I see him once again at his first senior championship that was in Colombia. That was a continental championship, and he did very good. And when I look at him, he maybe not win he win bronze once again. He didn't maybe will not win the gold, but he showed to me that he have the best quality to make a right transition for professional ranking. It's not about who's the best amateur. It's about who's the best guy who can do a transition for professional.
Yeah, for me, that's very important because people can be 500 fight amateur, but it's not good for professional. So you see that the first thing you motivate for bringing Jhon to Canada is that because he's ready for professional?
He's ready for professional. First, his style. He was already winning tournament with the professional style, like very physical. He was also very a lot of ability and fast, but very good power, like all Colombian boxer. And I know also very well the culture of the country and the system that he's coming from, because I was a coach of Alvarez before and Rivas, and I know how they develop fighter in Colombia. The national team did an amazing job with him. My friend Rafael, who's the head coach of national team over there, and guys like Alexander Bran, and there is so many good coach in Colombia who develop the fighter the right way. And I just saw opportunity to bring him here, and I really believe in that kid.
You think because it's Orovio is too young, you think it's going to be more easy for you guys, you know, not training, but for making a path for going to the championship?
There is two things here. Like, of course, he come here. He was 20 years old. He just turned 22 two days ago. He's still very young, but he's also in a category that usually people reach the peak around 24, maximum 25. He's 140 pounds, I believe. But we still have time to develop him the right way. Don't be on a rush like we was a little bit with Eleder before, because he was older. We have more time to develop him, of course.
Something curious because you love or you like it heavyweight, so no more fighters on the way like better be really all the stuff. And I thinking yesterday before I talked to Orovio for make this interview, and I say, why Marc get 140 pounds? Because you really, I know you love training, but you love it, really love it, the more weight fighters.
But to be honest, what I love the most is talent and good boxer. whatever the category they are. The thing with the light heavyweight and super middleweight is just like you have one guy, and now you start to study all fighter in the world, amateur and professional, because you want to protect your boxer. And at one point, you know everybody, and you develop an expertise on those weight category. If you remember, at one point, I have Jean Pascal, Alvarez, and Beterbiev in the same gym.
Mhm.
And right now, I have the same situation in super middleweight in my gym. It was very, very competitive. But to be honest, when I see this talent, the category was not important.
You know, every time when I people talk to me about the better VA, because I got a really good story, me myself in my career of boxing. I remember, I never forget, Mark, the day he arrived to the gym. You remember? I don't have you don't have gym in this time, but I remember he coming when the manager. I remember she from Russia coming when the black a small bag, and you approach him and say, "Hey, hi, nice to meet you." Da, da. I remember that day you training Oscar Rivas and Eleider Alvarez.
Yeah, in the same gym, and I start like this with Pascal, and after the Rivas and Alvarez, and at that point, that was Arthur coming to the gym, and I did the same thing with all of them. Like I take them from the first day as an amateur fighter and turn them professional. This is
You like
exactly what I
that? Huh?
like.
You like that, Mark? You
This
like?
is
Uh-huh.
this is still today. This is what I love the most in boxing. Even that winning a world title or something like this, I like to choose someone. I see something and try to prove my point with them.
Okay, okay, very good. Why you working right now with Orovio? What's a specific you do with him in boxing?
The first time is very like he's right now is I start to work with him. He was 20. He was at the end of to be a teenager. Now he became a man. Like he came to Canada. He was 126. 126 pounds, and we did a couple of fight 126, 130, 135. Now he's 140. He's a growing man. We develop him physically, learn teach him to manage his energy, because professional boxing is like a marathon. It's not a sprint like amateur boxing. You need to learn all those tricks to be able to manage energy good for 10, 12 round. And to be honest, right now he's a very good student. He's even ahead a little bit of on my program.
Oh, very good. You know, in Colombia, I follow the Colombians. In Colombia, for me, I don't know the other fight. Well, I want to do it in English. Maybe you don't understand. So the another fighters, maybe I don't get jealous when I say right now. But I got two fighters right now. Really love it. Is one Carlos Utria and Jhon Orobio, because he has, for me, both he has different things, because it's not only boxing, Mark. It's around things,
Yeah,
building a really good fighter. So for me, Jhon Orobio and Carlos Utria, he has different things. Jhon Orobio, he have a good punch. He have a hard punch.
yes, very big right hand.
Uh-huh.
Now we try to develop his left hook like the right hand, and to make sure that he's not a one-way fighter, but he can box also. And the major thing about John is he want it so bad. He's so disciplined, and he push himself so hard in the gym. I will give you a little story. Like in 30 years in boxing, I never had a guy in good shape like Christian Mbili, my super middleweight. And since Orobio is coming to Canada, he challenged him every single day. And every sprint and every weight that we push, every exercise, boxing exercise, he want to be the best in everything.
Oh,
I
better
like
look.
it. I like that attitude.
Better look. You think it's good thing he's because he's around a lot of boxing. Look, Billy, Peter BA, that's a really high fighters in boxing, So you think it's really good, like
Of
around all
course,
the champions?
first you can see that it is possible is to be successful, have a world title, and generate money. It's not only in a movie, it's real. It can happen. Like you see those guys in a gym every day, but you see also the effort that those Beterbiev and Mbili they're doing every day to day in training to achieve their goal. And I think he just copy and paste that.
Yeah, that's good. What do you think about that? Because I saw a new promoters. I saw the Tiger. Something I did the Tiger
Exact eyes of
is
tigers.
um I see the guy, the owner. I see the guys before a long time ago, but now he doing every month fights. That's good for
Yes.
Canada. I believe it is the only the only promotion in Canada, right? The
No, we
strongest.
have a couple of promoter, but not that size. Like Eyes of Tigers is not only in Canada, but now in the world. Like we have very good prospect, 23 boxer under contract, a very serious owner who invest money and invest time for the boxer and create show. Not only here in Quebec, we have monthly show at the Montreal Casino to make sure that we develop our fighter, but also we have some partnership with ESPN and also with Riyadh season to make sure that they can also reach the other level.
Okay, so the fight to Orovio this weekend is in ESPN also, right? Or
It's
no?
going to be in ESPN Plus, yes, and
In
US,
ESPN
yes.
Plus. Ah, that's good. So passing this fight, Orovio, what's the next fight before before December? You think
Oh yeah,
November?
of course, of course. Right now, of course, I'm gonna talk like a coach. We really want to focus on that fight. Friday is
I
the
know.
first title fight for Orobio. He's only 22 years old. It's gonna be WBC Continental Championship for him. It's a new step against a opponent who came to Montreal before and show that he was able to make rounds with good boxer. It's a good test, but Orobio will be active. Like he's one of the priority for the company, and he will fight at least 2 times before Christmas.
Because the opening is not easy. I saw him. I saw
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
couple videos, so that's gonna be good.
No, it's a real, like, let's say, a real first veteran that he's fighting. A guys who switch orthodox and southpaw, also complex guy to face. But at one point, you need to beat those guys.
Uh-huh. I remember a long time ago, and I want to ask you the same question. I know you want the training series, want the training hard for the fighters. I know sometimes you know got expression because you're from Canada. I imagine it's not Latin. I know you're so serious in everything. But when I ask you a question about who's gonna be the champion, I remember I never forget who's gonna be champion first, Oscar or later. And you tell me one day in a hotel, sitting down in the lobby, say Elena is gonna be first the champion. You remember that?
Yes, of course. Like at that time, I really believe on the Eleder. You have all the tools to reach the goal, and we make it at one point. Rivas was a younger. He was
Younger.
younger, and at the beginning, I will tell you that at the beginning he was maybe not serious like he need to be. But at one point, he grew and became more mature and be a man and understand that he need to sacrifice a little bit himself if he want to be world champion, and he achieved that also.
I want to ask you the same question today, June 20, June 24.
My
Today,
answer is yes.
Jhon Orobio is gonna be a champion on the world.
1,000%.
1,000% for Colombia. So say something to,
That
and
one.
I say, why you want to talk to, what do you want to say to Colombians? So Spain Orobio
Just
get a
the
championship.
next champion of the country is on his way. He's on his way. He's working very very serious every day, and I like the. I'm gonna tell something big. He's probably the best of the three guys that I had, more complete. Like the talent, the discipline, everything is there. It's a question of time. We're gonna do the work, and Colombia will have a new world champion soon.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure.